What is up, family? My name's Cody, and we made it end of summer sprint transformation challenge.
Not saying it's gonna be easy. You see, the grind, it never really is, but it's not meant to be. It's for us, the motivated, the determined, the ones who are building, gaining, and finding strength and self-reliance.
Let's go. Okay, so reflectively, I wanted to kind of look back and talk about my adventure, my journey, my summer transformation challenge. And guys, it has been one hell of an adventure. So let's start off with kind of the beginning, right? So last challenge, I took the opportunity to kind of test myself. Now this comes for a couple of reasons, but Mullins had mentioned that he likes to take a couple challenges off throughout the year, and I wanted to see if that was something that I could do, if that was something that I was able to navigate and keep track of my progress, my journey, and still see success if I wasn't tracking macros, if I kind of pulled back. Now this was mostly during quarantine, so that was another factor that built into it, but ultimately I just didn't have that good of results, and you know what, that's fine. That's part of the journey, but it's really telling. You know, when I talked to Hunter, who I did 75 hard with, I at one point told him, because between phase 1 and phase 2, during that break, he was really struggling, and I told him, I was like, you know what, man, like that's kind of the test. That's that moment when you find out if you do or do not need a program, and either answer is right, but you have to know that about yourself so that you can act accordingly. And I think that carries over very much into the transformation challenge. So as a product, I jumped back into the summer sprint, and I made sure and double down, triple down, quadruple down towards my goals. Now, as of late, as of recently, I have just been seeing success after success after success, and it has been very much a product of me just doing what I was supposed to be doing. So very much appreciated you guys. It only took like 2 years of you saying it for me to finally get it through this thick skull. But I do want to talk to you guys about a couple of the things that I did this transformation challenge, this summer sprint challenge, that really played into it. And really, when we started the challenge, this was at the very end of phase 3, which I completed, of the 75 hard program. And so I was already just in a really good spot. Part of phase 3 for me was tracking my macros. And so I had spent the last 30 days getting that groundwork in, building and getting prepped for this challenge. And that just really carried over, and I started having just amazing success off the bat. Now, I will say, because I had just finished phase 3 and because my lifestyle was so tuned in, I was pretty dang cut, pretty dang shredded, and that is something that I don't know that I was able to truly like maintain. You know, I think what's really cool though is looking at day 1 of the summer sprint to day week 8, whatever today is. It has been less about losing weight and losing body fat, but more about gaining appropriate weight, gaining muscle and stacking that. And so I look at it and I just feel like I'm fuller and I'm stronger, and it's a really great feeling. And it's very much a product of honing in, tuning in, tracking your macros, making sure you hit your protein, making sure you consume your water, just doing everything that you're supposed to. I think one of my favorite things about these challenges is I get to just learn from the pros, and I am going to chop it up to you get better with age, you get better with experience, and just like a wine, I am getting better with each challenge, and I think that is very much a product of what you guys are doing and what your team is doing. I appreciate you so much just for all that you guys have done. This has been such an incredible moment for me, and I'm just so grateful for that. I think that, you know, the other factor that comes into it is I really use this challenge moment to invest in myself and invest in what I was doing. I have pretty much stopped drinking, and you know, I've shifted my lifestyle. I had a pretty rough little, you know, 2019 and 2018 with some relationships that just kind of crumbled because of who I was, and 2019 was very much a rebuilding year, and now I'm starting to see just all of that come to fruition in 2020, and it's really cool because I've stopped dating, and so I have all of this extra time and this extra energy that I would have devoted to finding a partner and, you know, giving my time to her, and I'm investing it in myself. And not only am I a better person for it, you know, I feel like my fitness journey has really just jumped light years because of it, and so I think that's a really cool thing. Also, it doesn't hurt that I'm not paying for lots of date nights and I'm not traveling places, so I've got all this extra money for protein all of a sudden. It's crazy. So it makes it really easy to hit my protein goals. It makes it really easy to, you know, have a really clean diet and a really strong fitness nutrition program set for myself. And also it makes it really easy for me to work out twice a day. So every day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon during this challenge, I went out for runs, and I'm starting to realize that maybe running 5 to 7 days a week is probably not the best thing. My body's kind of suffering for it, but man, I have such a stressful job that it was just such a relief to just get that stress out and get up that anxiety and that pent up aggression, and get some endorphins, some vitamin D from the sun, and it's helped so much, and it's, you know, that's just what I needed at this moment in time. So it's totally acceptable. But the other thing that I've done is I've, you know, as a product of this, I've really dove into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu journey, and I am going 5 days a week, and that's just been incredibly helpful for not only my journey, but my overall accountability to my fitness programming. And I think all of those things combined has just made for this really great challenge. So grateful for you guys. I've had such a wonderful challenge. I've learned so much, and I am a stronger study for one because of it. I think my one pitfall that I will leave you guys on is, because I was running so much, Jeremy and I worked to really hone in on my carbs, and I think I was pretty close in nutritional ketosis, and so adding carbs into my life kind of hit a weird up and down. And so this challenge has been very frustrating at times because I wasn't always feeling great. I wasn't always thriving, and I did have to challenge myself, and I had to double down because there was a moment that I wasn't prioritizing sleep, and I wasn't making sure that I was fueling my body appropriately with the amount of carbs that I needed. And so I really struggled, but once I was able to really hone into those problem areas, hone into the fact that I was staying up later, that I was opening up screen time, that I wasn't giving my body the recovery that it needed, I was able to fix that after identifying it quickly, and I didn't get thrown off the wagon, as you guys like to say. And it's a testament to just everything you guys preach, everything you talk about. So This video has gone on and on and on and on, and I apologize for that. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. But man, this has been one hell of a transformation, and I'm so excited. I'm so glad that I challenged myself, that I invested, and I'm looking forward to the fall, because I know that if I was able to do so well in this one, I'm excited, because I think the fall is always the challenging moment. With the colder weather comes the chilies and the heavier foods, and then all of a sudden we're at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I think if I can have a successful summer, I can stack those wins, and I can have a successful fall, and I can just keep going and going and going, and my fitness journey just gets better with age. So I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for all you've done. This has been one hell of a challenge. I'm so excited to see what the rest of the fam was able to do, and you know, I've been able to get to glimpse it during Weigh-In Wednesday, and I just know that everyone had just a real fucking awesome journey. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Love you, appreciate you. First Form, Jeremy, Teach, all of the crew. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.